Okay, we are back for yet another installment in our Spotlight series, and today we have Jean Pastex. Rank is currently Gold Renown, has a very spooky watermelon face, it's his Discord picture. The factions he told me that are his mains, and he also plays against me, are Beastmen, Dark Elves, and Warriors of Chaos. So certainly very strong in the meta right now. Hard to tell if that he will play whatever is strong in the meta at the moment, or those are just happen to be his strong factions, and therefore he's strong in the meta at the moment. His strengths, from what I can see from his replays, is strong rush and cavalry management. We're going to go through a couple of his replays, so you will see what I mean there. And my only suggestions would be Patience with Winds of Magic. Looking at the first game, I don't see much wrong with it, so I was actually struggling to give him any suggestions, but the games 2 and 3 really enlightened me to what I could suggest. Dark Elves Empire, he is the Dark Elf player. Spends a lot of time getting a full surround, which is the correct thing to do. While his infantry move in, he keeps his cav at pace, doesn't overextend, doesn't attack with the infantry before the cav are ready to go. It's all pretty good. It looks like the cav are going to get here, but these are Outriders or grenade launchers. They'll run away. The actual front line is over here, and meanwhile, his full surround is quite well set up. Going to attack from all sides at the same time. Bam, bam, boom. Disrupt a lot of the guns, get a Soul Stealer down onto the Silver Bullets. Now that I know what I'm looking for, I actually don't love that Soul Stealer usage either, especially when a Chariot and Marathi were about to dive on top of that Silver Bullet in a second anyway. I don't think the Soul Stealer was necessarily worth it, in my opinion. But his management of cavalry is really good. Everything that routes comes back quickly within order. Good surround, took out a lot of the Empire's ranged assets quite quickly and got them into a nice little ball. Overall, it was just really good stuff. It was nearly a flawless execution on Surround and Pound. So it's pretty good. Not really casting it as a replay. When I do these, I just talk about the player while I look at them. It's not really about the replays per se. So here he's fighting Tretch, Warriors of Chaos versus Greenskins. And this is where I started to notice the Winds of Magic stuff, but also where it solidified my mind that he was a great cav player. So here his cavalry is all skirmish cav. Where are you? Are they all horse masters? I forgot to check before the thing. Horse masters, horsemen, so 2 and 2. Okay. Gonna run up. Greenskins are skirmishing a little bit in his face, and some of his infantry starts to overextend a little bit, but he will pull back. Doesn't want to engage too soon. And this is where I was wondering what the hell is this Burning Head supposed to do? Just kind of throws it out there. I don't love that. I wish you'd be a little more patient with that sort of thing, but now you're going to see something great. Like, it sounds like I've been overly critical, and I'm sorry if that's true. But his surrounding gameplay is just so good that I guess it's a lot less sexy to talk about, but like, look at this horseman that's just trailing here, and now when the horse masters are pushing up, these guys have to run away. They can't run here because there's infantry. They can't run here because there's horsemen, so they're getting herded. Meanwhile, his other horsemen are coming in just on the other side. Now these Spider Riders have nowhere to go, and these Wolf Riders, they're all right next to the edge of the map. Their leadership's already dipping, and they're about to just get slammed. All 4 of them are going to go off the map. 1, 2. Now these other Wolf Riders are kind of tangled up a little bit, but it looks like some Goblins actually arrived to save them, but they're so close to dead, I think they eventually go off the edge of the map. That was just great play. So I don't want this to sound just like an overly negative thing. Archie Manticore gooning out, the River Troll Hag. Grom's going to avoid that fight with them. Some Burning Heads are going to come over for these Black Orcs, try to help out the Chosen, I think. And, I don't know, they don't do that much damage, but you can see now with the Skirmish Cav, there they go. They finished routing off all that other stuff, so they can come in, start cycle charging, start skirmishing around, routing off things very carefully. Chosen are just holding their places. And, yeah, it's just good resource management overall. He does know he needs to break this blob, but once he breaks it, because he's secured the skirmish advantage, he can run anything off, so nothing's going to come back, which is very nice. The Greenskins rely on juggling, between routing and coming back, but if you run them off the map, they don't get to do that. After here, you can skirmish these Black Orcs that are left, and it is GG. But you saw some Burning Heads on the top side going into Black Orcs. Burning Heads don't do that much against Black Orcs, especially undercasted. I maybe would have preferred to see that Burning Head on the blob when the leadership was getting low, because Burning Head, it specifically does have a leadership debuff aspect to it. So there's that. And the last replay is versus Bobman. Bobman is an excellent, excellent player, and he's very good at this matchup, so certainly an uphill fight. All these replays are, sent to me from Jean, and I asked him to show me ones where he's doing well, so I think you can imagine how this one goes. Beastmen, yet again, a bunch of cavalry, a bunch of dogs, chariots. The build relies on him to have really good micro. We have Morgar the Shadow Gave and some wizards. First Trader King cast is going to come in. It's going to be really good, honestly. Overcast onto Wild Riders, and it managed to hit the Deepwood Scouts is pretty big. Like that a lot. He's got a nice surround going. Uses the Bray Shaman of Wilds to catch the Glade Riders of Spears and kind of stop them from moving forward while the Centaurs run in. And now the Sisters are going to chase down his Bray Shaman of Wilds. Meanwhile, in the back, more Centaurs and dogs are kind of splitting up and going to get a recharge on these Glade Riders of Spears. Good stuff. There's a lot going on, and he keeps his micro strong, keeps it going. Chariots are going to be charging through the front line, then run away as soon as the Cavs show up. Dogs and Centaurs in the back are just meant to keep everything honest. And now Deepwood Scouts are routing. You can see the throwing axes are going after them at a safe distance. Lots of stuff gets routed off. And as with the Greenskin game, if stuff gets routed off, it usually will get attacked in the backfield and not be able to come back very effectively at all. That is nice. I think I fast-forwarded through some of it, but he is using Spirit Leeches on the Sisters of Twilight. I would much prefer that go onto these Wounded Wild Riders at this point, just because... And that's a specific thing. You might be like, well, Spirit Leech is good against single entities, and you use it on single entities all the time. That's true, but I don't think you're going to kill the Sisters of Twilight with Spirit Leech. I don't think these archers are going to kill them either. What's going to kill these sisters is army losses, or them being forced onto the ground where you can surround and kill them. The only way to get them onto the ground is to get rid of everything else, and then they need to come down. And that's why I think it should be cast on the Wild Riders. Just because it's not going to change. How the Sisters die is going to be dragged down in Beastman melee. They're not going to die from getting sniped out of the air. You see now they're in melee, shooting at Morgar. But Jean just has so much stuff left. He has all these archers, he has Centaurs running around. It is a very close game. But now you actually have to be careful because you don't really want to do that much more damage to the Sisters until you're ready to finish them off. Otherwise they're just going to get their, Conjoined Destiny, and then they'll be fine. Centaur's trying to take out the Branch Wraith. Morgar's fighting all the infantry. The infantry's gonna chain break. And then the Sisters will dive down. Morgar's gonna chase after them, but if this Branch Wraith dies, the bounce power is just gonna go so far against them. Oh no, Conjoined Destiny's gonna pop, maybe? Maybe? Yeah, it's 100% gonna go off. It goes off, their bounce power is rescued, and now Morgar has to fight in melee, but there are a bunch of archers offering support, and the Sisters aren't in the sky where they can dodge abundantly. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Whole bunch of archers. Yeah. I think he wins. I actually don't remember. I would assume he only sent me win replays. Oh. Didn't quite win, but it was very close. As you can tell, I also fast-forwarded through these things. But a couple Spirit Leeches on the Sisters. Other than that, it was quite well executed. Bobman's certainly not a force to be trifled with. Anyway, that is Jean Pastel. Certainly a good player. I think he's beaten me in about 50-50 of our best of threes, so happy to see him. Happy to send more love his way. And if you know of anybody that should be covered in one of these spotlights, send me a message. That doesn't mean I will cover them, but it does open my eyes to more players that deserve some shout outs. All right, that's all I got. Goodbye.